So the streets want to know why all your 1017 artists keep going to jail.
Oh, wow. So that's how we're going to start.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, I was one of those type of artists. I was always going back and forth to jail. And I try to, what I'm saying, like, help those artists that I feel like, I see a lot of myself in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, I try to ride it out with them through their little bumps or whatever they're going through. But I feel like if I'm not helping them, who else going to help them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody says that part of the story. You know what I'm saying?
So the artist you signed basically reminds you of your story.
They definitely have a story to tell, you know what I'm saying? And they come from the trenches, they come from, uh, poverty. So, I want to help them, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I can relate to them. I know what they got, I know what they got going on.
So you
Gucci got down with his wife Keisha Kaur. She got a new podcast that she's launching. Shout out to her on that. Shout out to Gucci Mane for backing up his wife. Now, one of the first questions that Keisha popped out and asked him is the million question. A lot of people wanted to know. People like Gucci got a curse on his label. Gucci got a curse on him. Why all his artists going to jail? Why every time Gucci sign a new artist to 1017, they go to jail? You look about a year and a half ago, his whole entire roster was in jail. Some fight murders, attempted murders, robbery, all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shiesty, Hot Boy West, Fujiano, Young Maul, Hood Rich Pablo Juan. The only one who was out was the girl. I can't think of her name. She was the only one that was out at the time. So, shout out Keisha KO for asking the $1 million question. Let's get into the video.
So the streets want to know why all your 1017 artists keep going to jail.
Oh, wow. So that's how we're going to start.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, I was one of those type of artists. I was always going back and forth to jail. And I try to, what I'm saying, like, help those artists that I feel like, I see a lot of myself in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, I try to ride it out with them through their little bumps or whatever they're going through. But I feel like if I'm not helping them, who else going to help them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody says that part of the story. You know what I'm saying?
So the artist you signed basically reminds you of your story.
They definitely have a story to tell, you know what I'm saying? And they come from the trenches, they come from, poverty. So, I want to help them, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I can relate to them. I know what they got, I know what they got going on.
Now let's salute Gucci on that, because Gucci is helping. And not only is one of the best A&Rs in the music business, you know what I'm saying? But he's actually taking a risk on artists that remind him of himself, which is at one point Gucci was a straight fuck up. As far in the whites' eyes, the public media eyes, he was a straight fuck up. He couldn't stay out of trouble. He couldn't stay out of jail. He kept going down for different things. He stayed in the media for beefs. He stayed in the media for crazy antics, all types of things. So we got to shout out Gucci for taking a risk that a lot of mainstream companies don't want to take the risk on unless they got a real bag, or they look at the artist like a liability. Like, okay, it's a good probability he gonna go to jail, so let's put some money aside. Gucci helping young niggas straight from the streets try to get a bag because he see himself in them. So instead of just judging them and looking at them like, oh, they never gonna get it right, I'm gonna take the chance on them. I'm gonna take the risk on them. Let me see if I can help these kids, or these guys, men, whatever, change their life around and make something happen out of their life. I think we gotta understand, like, that's solid, bro. On top of that, you can't. He not that, like, you can't. Oh, let me slap you up and put a nigga under the shoulder, and you gotta stay here. You gotta do this. He letting his artists roam free, do what they want to do, and be who they is. That's solid in my eyes. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That's solid. But it still is up to the artist to take the situation serious and be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna stay where the money at. I ain't finna get no money out the streets. But a lot of these niggas that's coming from the streets be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's hard transitioning from the street straight to rap. Some niggas was straight making a lot of money out the street. So it's like you tell them to go from, let's say, making $100,000 a month to now they gotta sit and wait for a show and no shows is coming. So now they going from $100,000 a month to now maybe only making $20,000 in 1 month. They still got the same habits. They still got the same things going on. It's like, man, that I gotta go back in the streets and get a bag. I gotta know what's going on. I gotta this. I gotta that. Look at Lil Baby. Lil Baby said he told QCP, I need some millions or I'm going back to the streets because this money ain't nothing right now. I was making more money in the streets. QCP probably paid that bag for Lil Baby to get out the streets. Young Thug was paying for him to go to the studio instead of being in the streets. So it take money to make money. You know what I mean? But it's hard getting out the streets. If a lot of these niggas coming from the streets and they want to be in the streets. So we got to accept that. Like, and we got to salute Gucci for taking the risk with these artists and taking a chance on them. Street artists. It's not his fault that he just wants to become a big label CEO and a big record company and you know what I'm saying? But he still got the same mentality. Now we see Gucci going straight full pop star mode and going to get all the country artists and going to get Justin Bieber's. What we gonna say then? Oh, Gucci not tapped into the streets. Gucci don't know what's going on. Gucci just switched up on us. Gucci this, Gucci that. Gucci sticking to his roots. We see Gucci get a white artist. We like, oh yeah, he done lost it with this one. We don't know what he got going on. That's solid in my opinion. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a nigga with an opinion. I think that's solid. But they can do, in my opinion, Gucci can do more artist development with these artists by trying to mold their mind to fully get out the streets and even dangling something over their head or shit, fuck it, threaten them. Like, bro, you can't go back to the streets or you ain't finna be on my label with them. Cause what's in the streets? Jail, hell, or death. You know, but shout out Gucci. He see himself in some of these artists. We can't blame him for that.